Hi lovelies, and welcome back to another celebrity psychic reading. Today is a reading that has been highly requested for such a long time. So today's reading is for the Ace family. Now I don't know anything about these guys. I know Austin was a former basketball player. That's it. And I know they make YouTube videos. So if you like this video, please hit a thumbs up. Remember to leave some loving comments down in the comments below. If you'd like to be involved with who I read for next, then make sure you are following me on Instagram for lots of spirituality, lifestyle and well-being content. That's at I am Kirstie Lewis. And if you'd like to have your own personal reading with me, then you can just email me for more info at kirstieLewisreadings@outlook.com. But let's get into reading for the Ace family. Now, as I connect with them intuitively and I begin to pick up on their energy, the guy's energy is very dominant. Austin's energy is very dominant. It's like the forefront of the relationship. I feel like he has the power, he wears the trousers, he has the authority. His energy is very overpowering in a very childish way. So, you know, like a child will scream for attention and they'll be like, look at me, look at me, look at me. I feel that's very much his energy. Hers is more subtle, it's more flat. Her energy is very flat. I don't feel like, how can I say this in the nicest possible way? She hasn't got a lot of character on the outside. So if you met her, you would think, oh, she's not got a lot to her. And I feel like a lot of her emotions are numb, and a lot of her I just don't feel like she expresses herself very well. I feel like he's very animated and characteristic and cartoon-like, and she's quite reserved and held back. I feel like this guy can be quite dramatic, and I feel like the guy that you probably see on the YouTube videos is not the same guy that you would meet in real life. I feel like he has a pretense and he's quite pretentious. I feel like he's quite dramatic. I feel like if he doesn't get his own way, then he completely throws his toys out of the pram. And I feel like she is very submissive. That's the perfect word for her. She's very submissive. So she just goes along with what he wants her to do, and she's happy to do that. It's not like she's unhappy doing it. She doesn't make a lot of her own decisions. And I feel like these two are very materialistic, very money driven, and will do not anything for money, but they are willing to put themselves, they are willing to compromise their authenticity for money. I don't feel like they're very authentic. I don't feel like what you see in their videos is the reality of who they actually are. And I don't feel like they really care too much about that, if I'm entirely honest with you. It's a business. It's a business, and that's it. You know, as long as they're making their schmuller, they're not that bothered about how they portray themselves online. Okay, so let's pull some cards, because a lot of you, I don't know why, but these guys have been heavily requested for a super long time. Oh, also, one of the very first things I picked up, I had to click one video just so I could pick up on their energy, because like I said, I don't know who they are. I'd never seen a video prior to about 5 minutes ago. So I had to just get a little glimpse of their energy. And before, I knew they had kids, but I thought they had a little boy, and I was like, where's the little boy? But they don't, they've got 2 girls, so I think a pregnancy is coming for them. I think it's coming relatively soon, and I think it's a baby boy. They are meant to have a boy. There is a boy that is meant to, a little boy that's meant to be in their family. I also think this boy will follow in the footsteps of the dad, so he will grow up to be a sportsman. And I think he might be quite good at it as well. A bit more successful than his dad was. I don't know how successful Austin McBroom was at basketball, because I live in England and we don't watch basketball over here. So, okay, the Ace family, what have you got for me? It's like his energy is just so overpowering. I can't tell you, I'm trying to tap into both of them, but it's like his energy comes around the front. It's like I can't quite tap into them both. I don't feel like, I don't want to say this man has ever been unfaithful to this girl, because I don't feel like he ever would. but I feel like he gets a lot of opportunity to be, because there's a lot of female energy around him. Because the only way I can describe it as to how it's coming through to me, it's like there's them as the two. She's following his lead, very, very happy to do that, independent in her own little way, but happy to follow his lead. And he's there, and it's like there are third parties trying to come in, but they're not, he wouldn't ever do it, but there are definitely a lot of women who throw themselves at this guy. I feel like he's quite arrogant, quite boastful. I don't feel like he's very down to earth. His energy is a lot. His energy is a lot. Okay, the Ace family. Give me 8 cards for the Ace family. Give me 8 cards for the Ace family. Give me 8 cards for the Ace family. Okay. Give me 8 cards for the Ace family. There's something about the girl's upbringing. I don't know whether she comes from very humble beginnings, but there's something about her upbringing that she carries with her. I also don't know whether she has issues with her dad. Yeah, sorry, the Page of Cups just flew out. That came over when I was shuffling. I feel like that's very, 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 very much Austin's energy, the Page of Cups. Very much so. The Ace family. Okay. But he's smart with it. Yeah. He knows how to let me just get rid of that dust. He knows how to market himself. Okay. The Ace family. Yep. So they are very, very money driven. Surprised not to see more Pentacles cards here. The Ace family. Okay. Yep. The Ace family. Okay. The Ace family. Okay. Interesting. Okay, these two have got a lot of projects going on. A lot of projects. It's really funny because I feel like this card here represents the start of the YouTube, and I feel as if, not that they're going to stop doing YouTube, but I feel like they might move their content to another platform. Okay, the star talks about brand new inspiration, brand new ideas, brand new projects flourishing. It also talks about balance and harmony. I feel like there is an unbalance between their work life and their personal life, because obviously they show everything on YouTube, so there is a very thin line between the two. I don't feel like they realised how big this would be and how much this would take off. I feel like they knew it could be successful, but it's blown up in bigger ways than they could have ever imagined. The reason I say that is because we have the Wheel of Fortune. Now, the Wheel of Fortune constantly turns. Yes, it's upright, so it does represent good luck. It does represent life moving in your favour. And in fact, all of these cards show they've got luck on their side. They're two very, very lucky people. But there's also, with this, the wheel turns. So with the good comes the bad. It's not all a walk in the park. It's not all roses. It's not all as they portray it to be, because I feel like they like to portray themselves as this perfect idealistic couple. And I will pull some more cards just to go over their basic overlay about their relationship, but I feel like they like to portray themselves as this ideal couple where nothing goes wrong, and that's not true. And I feel like the business actually strains their relationship at times, not all the time, but at times. The Page of Cups is highly reflective of Austin's energy. He's not quite the Knight of Cups, but he will grow into it. But he's not quite the Knight of Cups yet. He's got some growing up to do, and I feel like there is something coming up for him. There is an issue or a situation coming up for him that is going to force him to mature a little bit. I don't want to say it's anything serious, but I feel like it might be something to do with their money or their finances, something to do with the business, something that causes him to look at himself and check himself and have a little bit of a reality check, because I feel like he has lost his footing. I don't feel like his energy was always like this. He has lost his sense of being down to earth. There is a man around Austin because we've got the Hierophant, which talks about wisdom, it talks about a father figure or an authority figure, and I feel like there is something to do with authority, something to do with the law, something to do with business practice that he maybe isn't following right now, that is going to snap him back into place, because he needs a reality check, this guy, because at the moment he's carried away with the fame. Okay, Six of Pentacles is a gift. It talks about being highly favoured and rewarded for your hard work. We know that that's the case. Nine of Cups, I feel like this is highly focused on their business actually. Nine of Cups is dreams coming true. This is their dream. I don't think they could have ever even have imagined that YouTube would have turned into this massive thing for them. I really don't believe that. Knight of Cups talks about good news coming, and actually the Page of Cups also talks about birth and new life, so I do feel there is a baby boy coming for them as well. Judgment talks about reflecting on your past to make new decisions, new energy, new life. I feel they are going to move home as well. I did hear that, and Spirit kept saying to me Los Angeles. I mean, I don't know where they live, but looking at them, I wouldn't be surprised if they live in Los Angeles right now. If they don't live in Los Angeles right now, they are going to move to Los Angeles. There is a move coming for them. Some cards on their relationship. So, Catherine Page and Austin McBroom as partners. Very much so. Catherine Hayes and Austin McBroom as partners. Okay. Catherine Page and Austin McBroom as partners. Yep. Okay. You know when people talk about painting your picture perfect life on social media? These two very, very much do that. Okay, their relationship is not as rosy as it seems. The Five of Cups is a card of unhappiness. When I tapped into their energy, I feel like this guy's very selfish. I feel like as much as she's quite passive and submissive and can take that kind of energy because she's not a very heavy energy, he just does what he wants to do with no kind of regard to her feelings. Start here we have the Five of Cups. Five of Cups is a card of unhappiness. It talks about loss of intimacy, distressing times, go back and have behaved differently. It talks about disappointment and being let down. I really feel that amazing as the business is, and as amazing as their career is that they've made, and it is amazing, and they've made a lot of money and they've been able to live this dream life, I do feel there is a strain on their relationship because of it. At the heart, the money very much comes into play here. The Queen of Pentacles very much comes into play. Now, the Queen of Pentacles with these two, I don't feel like they're bad people. I just feel like they are very lost in an industry where you can be swept off your feet. I feel like both of them, who once upon a time would have probably been quite down to earth people, are not down to earth anymore. And I feel like they both need a little bit of a reality check because they've lost a sense of who they are. This reading on the Ace family. If you have any further questions on the reading or anything you want me to maybe tap into their energy about, then leave it in the comments below. Remember to hit a thumbs up if you enjoyed this reading. Subscribe for more celebrity psychic readings. I know a lot of you are watching and not subscribing, so make sure you subscribe, and I will see you soon for another reading. Bye, lovelies.